What's the one casualty from your deployment that the official report got completely wrong? Iraq, 2007. I was a specialist in a convoy security unit stationed outside Ramadi. My team leader was Staff Sergeant Marcus Hayes, 28 years old, 6 years in the Army, married with twin girls back home in Tennessee. The official casualty report says Staff Sergeant Hayes died from hostile enemy fire during a vehicle-borne IED attack en route Michigan. Purple Heart, Bronze Star, heroic death in combat. His name is on the memorial wall. His family got the flag and the benefits that come with a combat death. That's not what happened. We were running supplies between forward operating base Corregidor and a smaller outpost. Standard mission we'd done maybe 40 times before. Marcus was driving our lead Humvee. I was in the back right seat. Private First Class Jake Austin and Corporal Tyler Bennett rounded out our crew. About halfway through the route, Marcus started acting weird. Kept adjusting the air conditioning even though it was working fine. Asked me 3 times what our next checkpoint was, which wasn't like him at all. He knew these routes better than anyone. "You good, Sergeant?" I asked him. "Yeah, man. Just tired. Didn't sleep much last night." 10 minutes later, we're approaching this intersection we'd crossed 100 times. The one with the blown-out gas station on the right and the market on the left. Marcus knew this spot. We all did. But this time, instead of turning left like the route called for, he went straight into an area we'd been specifically briefed was off-limits due to IED activity. "Sergeant, that's the wrong turn!" Jake yelled from the front passenger seat. Marcus didn't respond, just kept driving. His eyes looked weird, kind of unfocused. Tyler grabbed the radio to warn the vehicles behind us, but before he could key the mic, Marcus slumped forward. The Humvee started drifting toward a concrete barrier. Jake grabbed the wheel from the passenger seat, but we were already heading into the barrier at about 35 miles per hour. Not fast enough to kill us, but fast enough to hurt. We hit. Airbags deployed. Equipment went flying. I smashed my head against the door frame and saw stars. When I came to maybe 10 seconds later, Marcus was having a seizure. Not from the crash. He'd been having the seizure before we hit. That's why he drove straight. That's why he couldn't respond to Jake's warning. Tyler called for a medevac immediately. The convoy formed a security perimeter. Marcus was still seizing when the helicopter arrived 12 minutes later. He died in the helicopter. Brain aneurysm, the doctors said later. Could have happened anytime, anywhere. Just bad luck it happened while he was driving. Here's the problem. We crashed in that restricted zone, the one we weren't supposed to enter. And while we were sitting there waiting for the medevac, taking cover behind our damaged Humvee, we started taking small arms fire from a building about 200 meters away. Nothing serious, a few sporadic shots. We returned fire. The shooting stopped after maybe 3 minutes. Nobody got hurt. But technically, we'd taken enemy fire at the location where Marcus died. 3 days later, I got called in to give my statement. I explained everything exactly as it happened. Marcus had a medical emergency. He couldn't control the vehicle. We crashed. Then separately, we took some fire. 2 weeks later, the official report came out. It said Staff Sergeant Marcus Hayes was killed by hostile enemy fire during an IED attack. They combined the crash and the gunfire into one incident and called it a combat death. I went back to our company first sergeant. "Top, that's not what happened. There was no IED. Marcus had a seizure." He looked at me for a long time. "Specialist, his wife and kids get better benefits if it's combat related. His girls get full education coverage. His wife gets full survivor benefits. Are you going to be the one to take that away from them?" I wasn't, so I kept my mouth shut. Marcus's widow got a flag at his funeral. His girls, who were 5 years old, got to hear their daddy died a hero. The Army got another name for their memorial wall. I got to live with knowing the truth. That Marcus died from something nobody could have prevented. That he wasn't shot by the enemy. That the official story is a lie told for good reasons. Jake and Tyler never talked about it after that day. We all just accepted that sometimes the truth matters less than taking care of the families left behind. Marcus's girls are in college now, on full Army scholarships, because their dad officially died in combat.